Good afternoon and welcome to today's video. Now before we dwell into the video, like I said, today I will not be covering stocks like I usually do. In fact, I'll be covering only the Nifty and Bank Nifty index. Now I chose to look at the indexes as they're at a crucial point, and due to that I believe it is important to see how they'll perform in the coming 1 to 1.5 weeks. I'm not looking at how they'll perform beyond that, as I believe that in the long term the indexes will be bullish, and that is simply due to the simple fact that India has elections coming up next year, and no government will want the stock market to do badly before the elections, and due to that I expect a lot of money flow to come into the economy, which will naturally help the stock market as a whole. Now coming to the next 1 week to 1.5 weeks, I expect the Nifty and Bank Nifty to have a temporary pullback. Now there are certain reasons why I'm saying that, so I'll cover them one by one. The first reason I'm saying it is we have reached the quant resistance levels me and clients have been using from a while. This is, I had basically told clients that once we reach the resistance level at 2250 to 2230, this too will be very important deciding resistance levels for the indexes, and 46350 for Bank Nifty. This is exactly how it played out. As once we have reached these levels, we have managed to have a temporary halt. As if you look at the chart on both sides, that is what has happened. Basically, we have not been able to take out these indexes on the daily chart or the weekly chart in a strong manner, and that is one of the reasons I believe we will have to have a temporary pullback as of now. Then the second reason I expect us to have a temporary pullback is if we look at the bullish bearish volume, we see that this whole upswing, which has taken 3 weeks, the bullish volume was gradually increasing constantly. However, for basically Monday's trading session is the first trading session where we saw the bearish volume again have an uptick. As we can see, the red reappeared in a strong manner, and also the same was seen in the Bank Nifty. Now if we see this trend play out again, then that will indicate that yes, the second portion of whether we will have a pullback will be confirmed. Now these are the technical reasons why I'm looking at a pullback, plus the other technical reasons is that if we look at on the weekly chart, Nifty's three week rise has simply, in terms of simple candle analogy, reached a point at which it will have to have a pause session for basically 1 to 2 candles, which will translate to 1 to 2 weeks, as basically the candle pattern we have had here insists on that occurring. So on the technical front plus the quant front, it indicates that a pullback is on the cards, whether people like it or not. Now there are also some other points which, when we look at the basically market as a whole, which indicate yes, a pullback, this will be a temporary top in the indexes. The first one is Reliance Industries. Reliance Industries is an index heavyweight and has always basically played a huge role in how the indexes perform. In fact, if Reliance Industries had performed in the current rally, then we would have even gone further, then we would have reached 20,500. However, if we look at the whole past 3 weeks, the whole upswing which has occurred without any participation from Reliance Industries. So now that divergence which has occurred, that Reliance and the Nifty are not on the same book, is one of the big indications that something is amiss, and basically a correction is on the cards. Now the second reason why I'm looking at a pullback is if we look at the banking sector. We look at the PSU bank index and we look at the private banking indexes. We see that the amount of shares traded in both these indexes last week has spiked. Whenever this has usually occurred, this has roughly translated into something coming amiss, which causes a temporary pause across the board in all the indexes. So I expect that to affect the Nifty and Bank Nifty in the coming trading sessions. Then it basically shows late money is coming in. Then another factor which I believe is what basically will cause a temporary pause if we look at stocks that have performed rather well in the past 3 weeks, most of them have reached an exhaustion point, they have reached their resistances. And if you see a lot of the candles on Monday especially, they were extremely positive candles, but you could after long see upside rejection as the wicks were hitting the top end, facing a rejection. Now that is another key reason why, which shows that yes, things are coming to a temporary halt. So basically in the next 1 to 1.5 weeks, I expect the index first to use the first two supports which I've highlighted here. I've not highlighted more supports as I do not want to confuse the manner. Basically these will be the two supports that will determine how far the index goes. This is the first supports I expect on the pullback, the Nifty and Bank Nifty to use in a certain way, which is 19,980 and 45,690. Once it reaches this supports, a break of these supports will lead to a bigger pullback, which I expect to occur, but I'm not highlighting those levels as of now, as I believe those should be covered later on when we are near 19,980 and 45,690. So in the coming week, I expect a pullback to start commencing. We may have a bit of up and down as late money will still be trying to come in and push for more longs, but I don't think that will be very feasible as of now. So it will be interesting to see how the market plays out. If the ones who are following me on social media or in the WhatsApp channel have been seeing that I have hardly been playing any long index trades in intraday, and that is one of the reasons that I do not see a point of going long at this extreme point in the basically indexes. So I'll be only looking for short trades, as I believe the major trend in the coming 1 to 1.5 weeks will give more money to option buyers in intraday who trade the short side. After that, I expect us to resume an uptrend, but as of now, we're going to have a temporary pause, which will cause a pullback, which will be healthy. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, then do hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel.